First contact, humanity meets the Zolfori. The vast emptiness of space stretched before Captain Elena Reyes as she stood on the bridge of the United Earth ship, UAS, Horizon. Countless stars twinkled in the distance, each a potential harbor for alien life. After decades of searching, humanity was about to make its first contact with an extraterrestrial civilization. Captain, we're receiving a transmission. Lieutenant Sarah Chen called out from her communications station. It's coming from the alien vessel. Elena took a deep breath, steadying herself for this historic moment. On screen, Lieutenant. The main view screen flickered to life, revealing a being unlike anything humanity had ever encountered. Its body was composed of shimmering energy, constantly shifting and reforming. Where a face should have been, there was a swirling vortex of light. When it spoke, its voice resonated directly in their minds. Greetings, humans of Earth. We are the Zolfori, guardians of the Galactic Cooperative. We have been observing your species for some time and have deemed you worthy of first contact. Elena stepped forward, her voice clear and confident. On behalf of humanity, I welcome you. I am Captain Elena Reyes of the United Earth ship Horizon. We come in peace and hope to establish friendly relations with your people. The Zolfori's form pulsed, and Elena felt a wave of amusement wash over her. Peace? Relations? You speak as if you are our equals, little humans. How quaint. Elena frowned, caught off guard by the dismissive tone. I'm not sure I understand. We've achieved faster-than-light travel, colonized multiple star systems, and unified our planet. Surely that counts for something. The alien's form rippled with what Elena could only interpret as laughter. Oh, you poor, primitive creatures. Your achievements are like a child's first steps compared to the strides of the galactic community. FTL travel. We mastered that eons ago. Your colonization efforts are laughable compared to our ability to reshape entire galaxies. Elena felt her cheeks flush with a mix of embarrassment and anger. She glanced at her crew, seeing similar expressions of shock and indignation on their faces. With all due respect, she said, fighting to keep her voice level, we may be less advanced than you, but we have much to offer. Our history is filled with examples of human ingenuity and determination in the face of adversity. The Zolfori's form pulsed again, this time with what felt like condescension. Ah yes, your famous human spirit. We've seen it in action. It's quite amusing how you cling to such outdated concepts. In the grand scheme of the universe, your species is barely a blip on the cosmic radar. Elena's fists clenched at her sides. She was about to retort when Dr. Marcus Way, the ship's chief scientist, stepped forward. Perhaps instead of mockery, you could share some of your knowledge with us. We are eager to learn and grow. The alien's form shifted, and Elena felt a surge of curiosity emanate from it. Learn? Grow? Well, at least you recognize your inferiority. Very well, we shall grant you a small taste of true knowledge. Suddenly, the ship's computer systems began to light up, streams of data flooding their screens. Elena watched in awe as mathematical formulas, scientific theories, and technological schematics far beyond their current understanding filled the displays. This is incredible, Dr. Y muttered, his eyes wide as he tried to comprehend the information before him. The Zolfori's voice echoed in their minds once more. This is but a fraction of our knowledge, a mere droplet in the ocean of galactic wisdom. Perhaps in a few thousand years, you might begin to grasp its significance. Elena felt a mixture of emotions swirling within her. On one hand, the sheer magnitude of knowledge being offered was breathtaking. On the other, the Zolfori's condescending attitude grated on her nerves. She took a deep breath, reminding herself of the importance of this moment for humanity. We appreciate this gesture, Elena said, choosing her words carefully. But I must ask, what are your intentions towards Earth and humanity? Are we to be welcomed into this galactic cooperative you mentioned? The alien's form shimmered, and Elena felt a wave of amusement mixed with pity wash over her. Welcomed. Oh, you misunderstand, little human. The Galactic Cooperative is for advanced species only. Your kind is far too primitive to join our ranks. No, we have come to observe you, to study your quaint little civilization as it stumbles its way towards the stars. Elena felt her blood boil at the patronizing tone. Study us? Like was some kind of science experiment. Precisely, the Zalthori replied, its mental voice dripping with condescension. Your species' struggles and triumphs, while insignificant on a cosmic scale, are quite entertaining to watch. Who knows? In a few million years, you might even develop something truly interesting. The bridge fell silent, the crew struggling to process this unexpected turn of events. They had dreamed of first contact for generations, imagining a moment of unity and shared discovery. Instead, they found themselves face to face with a being that viewed them as little more than amusing pets. Dr. Y cleared his throat, breaking the tense silence. If I may ask, what exactly makes a species advanced enough to join your cooperative? Surely there must be some criteria we could work towards. The Zalthori's form pulsed with what felt like a mixture of amusement and exasperation. Oh, you persistent little creatures. Very well, I shall indulge your curiosity. To be considered truly advanced, a species must master multi-dimensional travel and manipulation. Your three-dimensional existence is laughably limited. Elena's mind raced, trying to grasp the concept. Multi-dimensional travel? You mean like time travel? The alien's form rippled in what could only be described as cosmic eye-rolling. Time is but one dimension, Captain. We speak of traversing and manipulating the very fabric of reality itself. Your species can barely comprehend 4 dimensions, let alone the 11 that make up the true nature of the universe. Despite the alien's dismissive tone, Elena felt a spark of excitement. This was the kind of challenge humanity had always thrived on, a seemingly impossible goal that pushed the boundaries of their understanding. And if we were to achieve this level of technology? Elena asked, a hint of defiance in her voice. Would we then be considered equals? The Zalthori's form pulsed with what felt like genuine surprise. You speak as if such a thing were possible. Your optimism is charming, if misguided. But very well, I shall humor you. If by some cosmic miracle, your species were to master multi-dimensional travel within the next, let's say million years, we might consider you for probationary membership in the cooperative. Elena straightened her back, a determined glint in her eye. We'll do it in less. The alien's form shimmered with what could only be described as laughter. Oh, little human, your species' penchant for self-delusion is truly entertaining. Very well, we shall watch your fumbling attempts with great interest. It should provide ample amusement for the coming eons. With that, the Zalthori's image faded from the screen, leaving the crew of the Horizon in stunned silence. Elena looked around at her team, seeing a mixture of emotions on their faces, anger, humiliation, but also a glimmer of determination. Well, Elena said, breaking the silence, it seems we have our work cut out for us. Dr. Wei nodded, already lost in thought. Multi-dimensional travel, it's theoretically possible, but the energy requirements alone would be astronomical. We'd need to completely revolutionize our understanding of physics. Lieutenant Chen spoke up from her station. Captain, what are we going to tell Earth? This isn't exactly the first contact scenario we prepared for. Elena took a deep breath, weighing her options. The truth would be a harsh blow to humanity's collective ego, but it could also serve as a powerful motivator. We tell them everything, she decided. The good, the bad, and the seemingly impossible challenge we've been presented with. She turned to address her crew, her voice filled with determination. The Zalthori may see us as primitive, but they've underestimated the human spirit. Throughout our history, we've faced seemingly insurmountable odds and emerged stronger for it. This is no different. Elena's words seemed to ignite a fire in her crew. She saw backs straighten and jaws set with determination. Dr. Wei, I want you and your team to start analyzing that data dump immediately. Lieutenant Chen, prepare a full report for Earth Command. The rest of you maintain standard operations. We're not out of this game yet." As the crew sprang into action, Elena turned back to the view screen, staring out at the stars. The universe had just become a much larger, more complex place than they had ever imagined. But with that complexity came opportunity, a chance for humanity to prove itself on a cosmic stage. "You want to study us, Zalthori?" Elena muttered under her breath. "Well, prepare to be surprised. We're about to show you what human determination really looks like." As the UES Horizon began its journey back to Earth, carrying news that would forever change the course of human history, Elena couldn't help but feel a mix of trepidation and excitement. The road ahead would be long and fraught with challenges, but she had faith in humanity's ability to rise to the occasion. Little did the Zalthori know, their dismissive attitude had lit a fire under humanity, a burning desire to prove their worth and carve out their place among the stars. The race to master multi-dimensional travel had begun, and humanity was determined to shock the galaxy with their progress. As Earth faded into view on the main screen, Elena steeled herself for the momentous task ahead. The future of humanity now rested on their ability to achieve the impossible, to leap from three-dimensional thinking to mastery of the very fabric of reality itself. "Prepare for orbital insertion," Elena commanded, her voice steady despite the weight of responsibility on her shoulders. "It's time to change the course of human history." The UES Horizon glided into Earth's orbit, carrying with it the seeds of a technological revolution that would push humanity to its limits and beyond. The Zalthori's challenge had been issued, and humanity was ready to answer it with every ounce of ingenuity, determination, and sheer stubbornness they possessed. As the ship docked at the orbital station, Elena took one last look at the stars. Somewhere out there, the Zalthori were watching, waiting to be entertained by humanity's fumbling attempts at advancement. Elena allowed herself a small, defiant smile. "Laugh while you can," she whispered to the cosmos. "We're just getting started." With that, Captain Elena Reyes stepped off her ship and into a new era for humanity, one that would be defined by their relentless pursuit of the impossible and their unwavering determination to prove their worth to a dismissive universe. The journey to shock the galaxy had begun. The mockery begins. Humans struggle to prove their worth. The news of humanity's first contact with the Zalthori spread across Earth like wildfire, igniting a firestorm of emotions. Excitement quickly gave way to indignation as the aliens' condescending attitude became public knowledge. Hashtags like #ProfThemWrong and #HumanityRises trended globally as people from all walks of life rallied behind the cause of advancing human technology. Dr. Samantha Zhao, a brilliant quantum physicist, found herself thrust into the spotlight as she led the newly formed Global Advanced Sciences Initiative, GASI. Her team's mission: to crack the code of multi-dimensional travel and manipulation. "The Zalthori think they've got us figured out," Samantha declared in a viral holographic broadcast. "But they've never seen humanity with its back against the wall. We're not just going to meet their challenge, we're going to surpass it." Meanwhile, in the depths of the Marianas Trench, another team was hard at work. The Oceanic Dimensional Research Facility, a massive underwater complex, housed some of the most advanced technology on the planet. Here, Dr. Kenzo Tanaka and his team of marine biologists and physicists studied bioluminescent creatures that seem to phase in and out of our reality. These deep-sea organisms, Kenzo explained to a group of wide-eyed reporters, might hold the key to understanding how to traverse dimensional barriers. Nature has always been our greatest teacher, and now it might just help us leap across the cosmos. But not everyone on Earth was focused solely on scientific advancement. In the bustling metropolis of New Shanghai, street artist Mai Lin used her Neuralink augmented reality installations to inspire the masses. Her latest piece, Dimensional Dreamer, depicted a young girl stepping through a shimmering portal, with the words "Our imagination is our greatest weapon" floating in holographic script. Art has always pushed the boundaries of human perception, Mai explained as crowds gathered to experience her creation. If we're going to master multiple dimensions, we need to learn to think beyond our current limitations. That's where art comes in. It helps us imagine the impossible. As humanity threw itself into the race for multi-dimensional mastery, the Zolfori watched with a mixture of amusement and growing unease. They had expected the humans to bumble about aimlessly, providing entertainment for eons. Instead, they witnessed a species united in purpose, advancing at a pace that defied their predictions. Aboard the Zolfori observation vessel, Eternal Condescension, Chief Observer Zix struggled to make sense of the data streaming in from Earth. Impossible, Zix muttered, its energy form flickering with agitation. They've already grasped the basics of quantum entanglement across dimensional boundaries. At this rate, they'll achieve rudimentary multi-dimensional communication within a decade. Second observer Vrelnax pulsed with disdain. Surely you exaggerate, Zix. These primitives can barely maintain a stable fusion reaction. They're millennia away from true dimensional mastery. But as they watched, a test flight of Earth's latest spacecraft, the XS-1 Quicksilver, demonstrated the ability to phase partially out of normal space-time, achieving speeds that approached the theoretical limit of their current understanding of physics. By the cosmic void, Vrelnax exclaimed, its form rippling with shock. How are they progressing so quickly? Zixotal's energy patterns swirled in contemplation. We may have made a grave error in judgment. Their adaptability and drive to prove themselves, it's unlike anything we've seen in our millennia of observation. Back on Earth, the breakthroughs continued to pile up. In the highlands of Scotland, Dr. Aileen MacLeod and her team at the Temporal Mechanics Institute achieved a major milestone: the successful transmission of information backwards in time by a margin of 3.7 microseconds. It's a small step, Aileen admitted to the press, her eyes gleaming with excitement, but it proves that time isn't the immutable force we once thought it was. We're bending the rules of reality itself, and this is just the beginning. The Zolfori, growing increasingly concerned, decided to intervene. They dispatched a delegation to Earth, ostensibly to check on the primitives' progress. The truth was far less benign. They aimed to subtly sabotage humanity's efforts, ensuring their continued subservience. As the Zolfori ship entered Earth's atmosphere, they were greeted by a sight that sent shockwaves through their collective consciousness. A massive space elevator stretched from the equator into low Earth orbit, its nanotube structure gleaming in the sunlight. Around it, a swarm of construction drones worked tirelessly, assembling what appeared to be the framework for a Dyson swarm. Impossible, the Zolfori ambassador, Krelzinith, gasped as their ship touched down in the United Earth capital of New Geneva. This level of advancement, it should have taken them centuries. They were greeted by a delegation led by Dr. Samantha Zhao, now serving as Earth's Minister of Cosmic Affairs. "Welcome back to Earth," she said, a hint of steel in her voice. "We've been expecting you. I trust you'll find our progress illuminating." As the Zolfori delegation toured Earth's facilities, their dismay grew. Quantum computers the size of molecules performed calculations that boggled even their advanced minds. Holographic displays showed simulations of higher dimensional spaces that hinted at a deeper understanding of cosmic structure. But it was in a seemingly ordinary laboratory that the Zolfori received their greatest shock. Dr. Kenzo Tanaka, grinning broadly, gestured to what appeared to be an empty space between two pylons. "Behold," he said, "the fruits of our fumbling attempts at advancement." With a flick of his wrist, a shimmering portal sprang to life. Through it, they could see themselves, from moments ago, entering the lab. "A localized time loop," Kenzo explained, savoring the look of utter disbelief on the Zolfori's faces. "Stable, controllable, and just the beginning of what we can do." Krelzinith's form flickered erratically, its mental voice trembling. This is beyond anything we expected. How have you achieved so much in so little time?" Samantha stepped forward, her eyes blazing with the fire of human determination. You gave us a challenge, Ambassador. You mocked our weaknesses, dismissed our potential, but in doing so, you forgot a crucial aspect of human nature. We thrive on adversity. Your mockery became our motivation, your dismissal our drive to succeed. She gestured around the lab, where humans and AI constructs worked side by side, pushing the boundaries of known science. This is humanity at its finest, united, determined, and ready to take our place among the stars, not as your subjects or your entertainment, but as your equals. The Zolfori delegation huddled together, their energy forms pulsing with a mixture of fear and awe. They had come to Earth expecting to find fumbling primitives. Instead, they found a species on the brink of a cosmic evolutionary leap. As the Zolfori prepared to depart, Krelzenith turned to Samantha, its mental voice heavy with newfound respect. We may have misjudged your species, Dr. Zeo. Perhaps it is time for the Galactic Cooperative to reconsider its stance on Earth's membership. Samantha smiled, but there was no warmth in it. Oh, I think it's a bit late for that, Ambassador. You see, while you've been here, our deep space probes have been making some fascinating discoveries. It seems the galaxy is full of primitive species that the Cooperative has been keeping down. Species that might appreciate a different perspective on cosmic society. The implications hung in the air like a thundercloud. Humanity wasn't just catching up, they were poised to reshape the galactic order. As the Zolfori ship lifted off, Samantha turned to her team, her eyes gleaming with the light of victory and the promise of adventures to come. Well, folks, she said, I think it's time we introduced ourselves to the wider galaxy. Who's ready to really shake things up? The cheer that went up from the assembled humans echoed across the planet and into space, a declaration to the cosmos that humanity was done being underestimated. The age of human ascendancy had begun, and the galaxy would never be the same. Project Tesseract, humanity's quantum leap. As Earth's breakthroughs in multidimensional science continued to shock the galactic community, a new top-secret initiative was launched. Codenamed Project Tesseract, it aimed to create the first fully functional 7th-Dimensional starship capable of rewriting the laws of physics themselves. Dr. Zara Okoye, a prodigy in hyperdimensional mathematics, stood before a holographic display of mind-bending complexity. Her team of scientists, engineers, and AIs worked tirelessly in the heart of Mount Kilimanjaro, now hollowed out and transformed into Earth's most advanced research facility. Listen up, team, Zara announced, her voice resonating with authority. We're not just building a ship. We're crafting a cosmic game-changer that'll make the Zolfori eat their words faster than a quantum fluctuation. The project faced its fair share of challenges. Early prototypes of the 7D drive caused localized reality warps, turning coffee into sentient plasma and briefly making Tuesday last for 3 weeks. But with each setback, humanity's resolve only grew stronger. Meanwhile, in the asteroid belt, a different kind of revolution was taking place. Void-born miners, humans genetically engineered to survive the harsh conditions of space, had stumbled upon a strange anomaly. A chunk of dark matter, visible to the naked eye and pulsing with otherworldly energy. Asteroid miner Jax 227 floated before the shimmering mass, her enhanced eyes widening in awe. Holy void storms, she breathed into her calm. Central, you seeing this? It's like the universe is bleeding. The discovery sent shockwaves through the scientific community. Dr. Hiroshi Nakamura, leading expert in exotic matter, nearly fell out of his zeroed chair when the data reached him at the Lunar Science Academy. This changes everything, he muttered, fingers flying over holographic interfaces. If we can harness this dark matter anomaly, we might be able to punch through the dimensional barriers like they're made of wet tissue paper. As news of the discovery spread, Earth's united government faced a new challenge, keeping the information from their Zolfori observers. Enter Area, the world's most advanced AI, housed in a crystalline quantum computer core. I've developed a multi-layered encryption algorithm based on the inherent randomness of quantum foam, Arya explained to the United Earth Council. Even if the Zolfori intercept our communications, all they'll see is what appears to be cat videos and sourdough bread recipes. But the Zolfori weren't idle. Alarmed by humanity's rapid progress, they dispatched their most cunning operative, Zelvorath, master of 1,000 disguises and manipulator of minds. Zelvorath infiltrated the Tesseract facility, taking on the appearance of a mild-mannered janitor, but it hadn't counted on the facility's groundskeeper, Old Joe, a seemingly ordinary man with an extraordinary gift. "You ain't from round here, are ya?" Old Joe drawled, cornering Zelvorath in a supply closet. "'Cause I reckon folks round these parts don't usually have their atoms vibrating in 7 dimensions at once." Before Zelvorath could react, Old Joe whipped out a device that looked like a cross between a leaf blower and a lava lamp. With a sound like a cat sneezing in reverse, Zelvorath found itself trapped in a localized pocket dimension. "Gotcha, you sneaky space squid." Old Joe grinned, revealing himself to be none other than retired dimensional theorist Dr. Joseph Hawking II. "Didn't think we'd have countermeasures for shape-shifting aliens, did ya?" As humanity's defenses proved unexpectedly formidable, the Zolfori grew desperate. They decided to play their trump card, the Cosmic Concordat, an ancient treaty that forbade lesser races from achieving dimensional mastery. Ambassador Krelzenith appeared before the United Earth Council, its energy form crackling with barely contained fury. "Humans," it intoned, "you stand in violation of galactic law. Cease your dimensional research immediately or face the consequences." The council chamber erupted in chaos, but amidst the uproar, a calm voice cut through the noise. Dr. Samantha Zhao stepped forward, a glint of mischief in her eyes. "Ambassador," she said sweetly, "I'm afraid there's been a misunderstanding. You see, we're not conducting dimensional research." Krelzenith's form pulsed in confusion. "But the evidence, your advancements." Samantha's grin widened. "Oh, that's just our new interpretive dance program. Very avant-garde. Helps with stress relief, you know." As the ambassador sputtered in disbelief, Samantha leaned in close. "You made one crucial mistake, Krelzenith. You assumed we'd play by your rules. But humanity, we're writing our own cosmic playbook now." Back at the Tesseract facility, a breakthrough was imminent. Zara and her team had successfully integrated the dark matter anomaly into the 7D drive, creating a power source that defied conventional physics. Initiating final test sequence, Zara announced, her voice steady despite the weight of the moment. "If this works, we're about to redefine the possible." As the drive hummed to life, reality itself seemed to hold its breath. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, with a sound like the universe hiccuping, a shimmering portal burst into existence. Through the portal, they saw everything. Past, present, and future. The birth and death of stars, the dance of galaxies, the very fabric of reality laid bare before them. It's beautiful," whispered Dr. Nakamura, tears streaming down his face. "We did it. We actually did it." As the portal stabilized, a cheer went up that echoed across dimensions. Humanity had done the impossible. They had mastered 7th-dimensional technology, leapfrogging past the Zolfori and positioning themselves at the forefront of cosmic civilization. Zara turned to her team, her eyes blazing with the fire of victory and the promise of adventures to come. "Well, folks," she said, a grin spreading across her face, "I think it's time we took this show on the road. Who's ready to really explore the multiverse?" The response was unanimous. As humanity prepared to step into a new era of cosmic exploration, the message to the galaxy and beyond was clear. Underestimate us at your peril. We're no longer just reaching for the stars, we're rewriting the very laws that govern them. In the depths of space, aboard the Eternal Condescension, Zixatal watched the readings from Earth with a mixture of awe and terror. "By the cosmic void," it whispered, "what have we unleashed?" Little did the Zolfori know, humanity's journey was just beginning. The age of multiversal exploration had dawned, and the cosmos would never be the same again. The UES Defiance, humanity's cosmic trump card. The dawn of a new era broke over Earth as humanity prepared to unveil its greatest achievement yet. The UES Defiance, Earth's first 7th-Dimensional starship, stood poised for launch in a hidden facility beneath the Mariana Trench. Captain Zhou Chen, hand-picked to lead this historic mission, stood before her diverse crew. Each member represented the pinnacle of human potential, genetically enhanced, cybernetically augmented, or possessed of extraordinary natural talents. Ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary individuals of all species, Zhou began, her voice carrying the weight of history. Today, we don't just explore the stars, we rewrite the cosmic rulebook. As the crew boarded the Defiance, tensions across the galaxy reached a fever pitch. The Zalthori, realizing the true extent of humanity's leap, frantically mobilized their fleet. But they were about to learn a harsh lesson in underestimating humanity's ingenuity. Dr. Aria Lee, the ship's chief scientist and granddaughter of the legendary Samantha Zhao, put the finishing touches on the Defiance's crown jewel, the Reality Augmentation Nexus, RAN. This groundbreaking AI wasn't just smart, it could manipulate the fabric of space-time itself. "All right, RAN," Aria said, her fingers dancing across holographic interfaces. "Let's show the cosmos what we're made of." RAN's response came in a symphony of colors and harmonics that tickled the edges of human perception. Initiating multi-dimensional fold, probability matrices aligned. Reality prepared to be hacked. As the Defiance prepared for launch, Earth unleashed its secret weapon against potential Zalthori interference. Operation Cosmic Rickroll, a planetary-scale quantum entanglement event, flooded all subspace frequencies with an ancient Earth melody, baffling alien sensors across the galaxy. Aboard the Zalthori flagship Immutable Dogma, Admiral Vexkorath writhed in agony. "By the void, what is this infernal noise? Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, it's maddening." Back on the Defiance, Captain Chen gave the order. "Engage 7D drive. Let's make history." With a sound like reality itself gasping in surprise, the Defiance vanished from normal space. But this was no ordinary faster-than-light jump. The ship now existed simultaneously across multiple dimensions, able to rewrite the laws of physics on a whim. As they emerged into a realm beyond conventional understanding, the crew of the Defiance found themselves face to face with beings of pure thought and energy. These were the cosmic architects, shapers of universes, who had long watched the younger races with detached amusement. One of the architects, a swirling vortex of possibilities, addressed the awestruck humans. Well, it seems the upstart species has crashed the cosmic party." "How refreshing." Captain Chen, her mind reeling but her resolve unshaken, stepped forward. "On behalf of humanity, we come seeking knowledge, partnership, and a place among the stars." The architect's response rippled through multiple dimensions. "Partnership? Oh, my dear, you misunderstand. By reaching this realm, you've already reshaped the cosmic hierarchy. The question now is, what will you do with your newfound power?" As the implications sank in, the crew of the Defiance realized the true magnitude of their achievement. They hadn't just advanced humanity, they'd catapulted their entire species to the ranks of the cosmic elite. Meanwhile, across the galaxy, the effects of humanity's dimensional leap were causing chaos. On a remote jungle world, a primitive species watched in awe as their twin moons began to dance in impossible patterns, spelling out humanity was here in bioluminescent script. In the heart of Zalthori space, entire star systems began to hiccup, skipping between past and future like a broken holographic record. The Galactic Cooperative, once so dismissive of humanity, now found themselves scrambling to make sense of the new cosmic order. Back aboard the Defiance, Dr. Aria Lai made a startling discovery. The ship's passage through higher dimensions had altered its crew in subtle but profound ways. They were evolving, their consciousness expanding to encompass new forms of perception and understanding. "Captain," Arya reported, her eyes glowing with otherworldly energy, I think we're becoming something more than human." As the Defiance continued its journey through the higher dimensions, they encountered wonders beyond imagination. They surfed the quantum phone between universes, played hopscotch across the strings of string theory, and even had a pleasant chat with Schrödinger's cat. It was both annoyed and amused by its famous paradox. But with great power came great responsibility, and the crew soon realized the weight of their newfound cosmic status. They had the ability to reshape reality itself, to rewrite the story of the universe on a whim. Captain Chen gathered her crew for a moment of reflection. "We set out to prove humanity's worth," she said, her voice echoing across dimensions. "But now we face an even greater challenge. Will we use our power wisely? Will we be the heroes of the cosmic story or its villains?" As if in response to her words, a shimmering portal opened before them. Through it, they could see Earth, not as it was, but as it could be. A shining beacon of hope and progress, leading a united galaxy into a bright future. "Well," Chen said, a smile playing on her lips, "I guess that's our answer. Looks like we've got a lot of work to do." With a thought, the Defiance charted a course back home. But this was no retreat. It was the beginning of humanity's greatest adventure, shepherding a new age of cosmic cooperation and discovery. As they prepared to re-enter normal space, Captain Chen couldn't help but chuckle. "You know," she mused, "I bet the Zolthori are really regretting that primitive species comment right about now." The UES Defiance blazed across the cosmos, leaving a trail of awe and wonder in its wake. Humanity had not just reached for the stars, they had grasped the very fabric of reality and reshaped it in their image. The message to the universe was clear: underestimate humanity at your peril. We're not just explorers or conquerors, we're the new architects of cosmic destiny, and our story is only just beginning. Cosmic Reboot, humanity's multiversal masterstroke. As the UES Defiance re-entered normal space, Earth had changed. The planet pulsed with an ethereal glow, its cities now floating crystalline structures that defied conventional physics. Humanity had undergone a species-wide awakening, their consciousness expanded by the ripples of the Defiance's cosmic journey. Captain Zhou Chen and her crew were greeted as returning heroes, but the celebration was short-lived. A crisis loomed on the horizon, one that threatened not just their universe, but the entire multiverse. Dr. Arya Lee, her eyes swirling with quantum possibilities, delivered the dire news. "We've detected a cascade of entropy waves propagating through the dimensional barriers. The multiverse is collapsing, and we're ground zero." The source of the crisis: the Zolthori's desperate attempt to regain control. In their fear of humanity's ascension, they had activated an ancient doomsday device called the Nullifier, designed to reset the cosmic order. "Talk about sore losers," quipped Lieutenant Jax, the ship's pilot, his cybernetic implants glowing with indignation. Humanity faced an impossible choice: allow the multiverse to collapse, or find a way to reboot reality itself. The answer came from an unexpected source. Ran, the ship's AI, had evolved into a being of pure information, existing across all dimensions simultaneously. "We don't need to choose." Ran's voice resonated through the ship, a symphony of cosmic harmonies. "We can rewrite the story of creation itself." Thus began Operation Genesis, the most audacious plan in the history of any species, in any universe, ever. Step 1 involved harvesting quantum foam from the edges of collapsing universes. Swarms of nanobots, guided by human consciousness, danced through the void, collecting the raw stuff of reality. Meanwhile, on Earth, billions of minds joined in a planet-wide meditation, their expanded consciousness serving as a psychic firewall against the encroaching entropy. The Defiance, now transformed into a ship that existed in all dimensions at once, surfed the waves of collapsing realities. They dodged cosmic horrors and outsmarted eldritch abominations, all while gathering the essence of dying universes to fuel their ultimate plan. In a particularly harrowing moment, the ship narrowly escaped being devoured by Kronos, the transdimensional being of time itself. Captain Chen's quick thinking saved them. She challenged Kronos to a riddle contest, winning with the mind-bending question, what's never late, always early, and doesn't exist? The answer: the present moment in a collapsing multiverse. As the team raced against the clock, Earth unleashed its secret weapon, the Akashic Encoder, a device capable of rewriting the cosmic source code. Powered by the collective will of humanity and fueled by the essence of 1,000 dying universes, it began to hum with unimaginable power. In the heart of the defiance, Dr. Ariel Lee prepared for the final step. She would merge with Rain and the Akashic Encoder, becoming a being of pure creative potential, the architect of a new multiverse. Well, Arya said, a hint of nervousness in her voice, echoes everything. Literally. As Arya merged with the cosmic forces, her consciousness expanded to encompass all of reality. She saw the multiverse as it was, as it had been, and as it could be, an infinite tapestry of possibilities. With a thought more powerful than 1,000,000,000 Big Bangs, Arya rewrote the cosmic source code. Reality shuddered, folded in on itself, and then exploded outward in a dazzling display of creation. When the cosmic dust settled, the multiverse had been reborn. But this wasn't just a reset, it was an upgrade. The new reality was more stable, more interconnected, and far more wondrous than before. Humanity found itself in a unique position. As the architects of the new multiverse, they were no longer bound by the old rules. They had become true cosmic citizens, guardians of a reality they had helped to create. The Zalthori, much to their shock, found themselves reborn as well, but with a twist. In the new multiverse, they were tasked with teaching younger races the values of humility and cooperation. It was a cosmic karma that would take them ons to fully appreciate. As for the crew of the Defiance, they had become legend. Captain Chen and her team were now revered across countless dimensions as the saviors of existence itself. In the newly reborn Earth, now a shining jewel in the cosmic crown, humanity celebrated their victory and their new role in the multiverse. But they hadn't forgotten their roots. In a small, unassuming park in what used to be Central Park, a simple statue stood. It depicted a human figure gazing up at the stars with a plaque that read, "To the dreamers, the doubters, and everyone in between. Never stop reaching for the impossible. You might just reshape reality itself." As the sun set on this new Earth, casting impossible colors across the multidimensional skyline, Captain Chen stood before the statue, a smile playing on her lips. "Well," she mused, "I guess we showed them what human weakness can do, didn't we?" And somewhere, in a distant corner of the new multiverse, a young species looked up at their night sky, marveling at the impossibly complex dance of celestial bodies. Little did they know, they were watching the cosmic signature of humanity, a message of hope, etched in the very fabric of creation. The adventure wasn't over. In fact, it had only just begun. Humanity had reshaped the multiverse, but the true test lay ahead, being worthy stewards of the reality they had created. As the stars twinkled with new possibilities, one thing was certain: the multiverse would never be the same again. And humanity, they were just getting started. Quantum Quandary, the multiversal mind meld. In the wake of Operation Genesis, humanity found itself at the helm of a reborn multiverse. But with great power came great responsibility and unforeseen consequences. Dr. Ariel Lee, now existing as a transdimensional being of pure thought, made a startling discovery. The cosmic reboot had created a phenomenon never before seen in any reality: the quantum quandary. "It's like we've given the multiverse hiccups," Aria's voice echoed across dimensions. "Every decision, every possibility is creating micro-universes faster than we can track them." Captain Zhou Chen, her consciousness expanded to perceive multiple realities simultaneously, called an emergency meeting of the Multiversal Council. a gathering of humanity's brightest minds across infinite parallel Earths. Ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary entities of all dimensions, so began, her words resonating through the quantum foam. We've got a situation that's more tangled than Schrödinger's yarn ball. The problem was clear. The new multiverse was too unstable. Each decision spawned countless new realities, threatening to overwhelm the cosmic infrastructure it's so carefully crafted. Enter Nx, Epsilon, a non-binary quantum mechanic with a penchant for thinking in 6 dimensions at once. What we need, they said, fingers dancing through holographic equations, is a cosmic comb. Something to detangle the snarls in the fabric of reality. Their solution? The multiversal mind mold, a galaxy-spanning psychic network that would allow every sentient being to consciously participate in shaping reality. Think of it like a cosmic democracy, Epsilon explained. Every thought, every choice, becomes a vote on the nature of existence itself. The plan was audacious, even by humanity's new standards. It would require linking the consciousness of trillions of beings across countless dimensions. To make it work, they'd need help from an unexpected quarter, the reformed Zalthori, whose unique energy-based biology made them perfect conduits for the psychic network. Krell Zenith, former ambassador and now humble student of cosmic humility, stepped forward. We owe a debt to reality itself, it hummed. The Zalthori stand ready to serve. As preparations for the mind mold began, Earth, or rather the infinite Earths, became a hub of multiversal activity. Quantum engineers built psychic amplifiers that stretched between dimensions. Chronosculptors carved tunnels through time to ensure the network spanned all of history. But not everyone was on board with the plan. A faction of humans, led by the charismatic Dr. Ozymandias Flux, argued against it. We've already played God once, Flux declared, his words broadcast across the multiverse. Are we so arrogant as to think we can do it again without consequence? His words struck a chord with many, sparking protests and debates across countless realities. The Multiversal Council found itself in a precarious position, trying to unite not just a planet or a galaxy, but an entire multiverse of conflicting opinions. Meanwhile, a new threat emerged from the cosmic shadows. The Entropy Eaters, beings from the void between universes, sensed the disturbance in reality. These cosmic predators saw the fledgling multiverse as an all-you-can-eat buffet of delicious new realities. As the first tendrils of void began to creep into the outer dimensions, humanity faced a ticking clock. They needed to stabilize the multiverse before it was devoured by cosmic entropy. In a desperate bid to buy time, Captain Chen led the UES Defiance on a daring mission to the edge of existence. Their goal? To create a temporal loop that would give them infinite time to perfect the mind mold, while only moments passed in the threatened realities. The mission was harrowing. The ship battled wave after wave of entropy eaters, creatures that defied description and sanity alike. In one reality, the entire crew was turned inside out, only to be saved by a version of themselves from 2 microseconds in the future. Back in the prime reality, Dr. Aria Lai worked tirelessly to refine the mind mold protocol. Her consciousness, spread across multiple dimensions, coordinated efforts on a scale never before imagined. But it was Nx, Epsilon, who had the breakthrough. In a moment of quantum inspiration, they realized the solution wasn't to control the multiverse, it was to let it control itself. We're not the authors of reality, Epsilon declared, their eyes glowing with multidimensional light. We're its readers, its interpreters. The story writes itself. We just need to give it the right grammar. With this new understanding, the multiversal mind mold transformed. Instead of a tool to control reality, it became a cosmic language through which the multiverse could express itself. As the entropy eaters closed in, threatening to unravel everything, humanity and its allies made their final stand. In a moment that echoed across every dimension, every sentient being joined the mind mold. The experience was beyond description. Trillions of minds, linked across time and space, became one with the cosmic narrative. They were the heroes and villains, the beginnings and endings, the questions and answers of existence itself. And in that moment of ultimate connection, the multiverse spoke. Reality rippled, shifted, and rewrote itself. The entropy eaters were not destroyed, but rather integrated, becoming part of the cosmic cycle of creation and destruction. As the mind mill faded and individual consciousnesses reasserted themselves, the inhabitants of the multiverse found themselves forever changed. They were no longer passive observers of reality, but active participants in its ongoing story. The quantum quandary was solved, not by controlling the multiverse, but by becoming one with it. Every decision, every possibility, still created new realities, but now those realities were harmonious threads in the grand cosmic tapestry. As Captain Chen and her crew returned to Earth, they found a changed multiverse. The boundaries between dimensions had become fluid, allowing for exploration and connection on a scale never before imagined. Humanities across all realities celebrated their victory, even as they grappled with their new role as cosmic storytellers. The adventure wasn't over, it had only just begun. And somewhere, in a quiet corner of the multiverse, Dr. Ozymandias Flux smiled to himself. "Well played, universe," he mused. "Well played indeed." The quantum quandary had been solved, but the greatest mystery still remained. What story would the multiverse tell next? As reality itself held its breath in anticipation, one thing was certain: humanity would be there to help tell it, one impossible adventure at a time. Chronoconvergence, the temporal tango. As the dust settled from the multiversal mind meld, humanity faced an unprecedented challenge: the chronoconvergence. Time itself, destabilized by the cosmic reboot and subsequent quantum shenanigans, began to fold in on itself. Past, present, and future collided in a spectacular temporal tango that threatened to unravel the very fabric of existence. Dr. Zephyr Quark, Earth's premier chronophysicist, stood before the Multiversal Council, her hair literally standing on end from the temporal static. "Ladies, gentlemen, and beings of indeterminate temporality," she began, "we've got a time bomb on our hands, and I mean that quite literally." Holographic displays flickered around her, showing the chaos unfolding across the multiverse. In one reality, dinosaurs roamed futuristic city-states. In another, ancient Egyptians live-streamed the building of UFO landing pads disguised as pyramids. "The chronoconvergence is causing time to bleed across all realities," Zephyr explained. "If we don't stabilize the temporal flow, we'll be facing a pan-dimensional paradox that could reset the multiverse to factory settings. And trust me, the warranty has definitely expired." Captain Zhou Chen, fresh from surfing the cosmic waves of probability, chimed in. "So what's the plan, Doc? Break out the multiversal duct tape." Zephyr's eyes gleamed with manic excitement. "Close, Captain. We're going to thread the needle of creation itself. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Operation Timeweaver." The plan was audacious, even by post-Genesis humanity's standards. They would create a team of chronocommandos, individuals plucked from various points in Earth's history and imbued with the power to navigate the tumultuous time stream. The team assembled was as diverse as time itself. Cleopatra, the Egyptian queen with a newfound talent for quantum algorithms. Leonardo da Vinci, whose anatomical sketches now included blueprints for time machines. Ada Lovelace, the world's first programmer, now coding reality itself. A hyper-evolved descendant from the year 1,000,000 AD, known only as Omega. And leading them all, Captain Chen, whose experience with the Defiance made her the perfect chrono-navigator. Their mission: to weave a new temporal tapestry, stabilizing the time stream across all realities. As the team prepared to embark, a new complication arose. The entropy eaters, now part of the cosmic ecosystem, had evolved. These chronoparasites fed on temporal discontinuities, growing stronger with each paradox they devoured. "Well, that's just peachy," muttered Ada Lovelace, adjusting her steampunk time goggles. "We're trying to untangle time, and these cosmic tapeworms are using it as an all-you-can-eat buffet." The UES Defiance, retrofitted with Dr. Quark's experimental chronocore, became their vessel for navigating the time stream. As they launched into the swirling vortex of tangled timelines, the crew faced challenges that defied comprehension. They surfed tidal waves of pure history, battled time loops that turned minutes into millennia, and played chess with the anthropomorphic personification of daylight savings time, who, as it turns out, had a wicked sense of humor. In one particularly harrowing adventure, the team found themselves in a reality where time flowed backwards. They had to complete their mission while unaging, their memories of the future fading with each passing moment. "Talk about deadlines," quipped Leonardo, sketching temporal flux capacitors with one hand while fending off reverse-evolving dinosaurs with the other. Or would that be birthlines in this case? As they wove their way through the time stream, stitching together frayed moments and patching chronological holes, the team began to notice a pattern. The chronoparasites weren't just feeding on temporal chaos, they were orchestrating it. Omega, their far-future descendant, made a startling discovery. "These creatures," they said, their voice a harmony of possible futures, "they're not just eating time. They're trying to birth something." The truth was more staggering than they could have imagined. The chronoparasites were attempting to create a being of pure temporality, a time god that would allow them to control the flow of time across all realities. In the heart of the temporal maelstrom, the team faced their greatest challenge. The half-formed time god, a writhing mass of potential moments and might-have-beens, threatened to absorb all of time into itself. "Well, this is a bit of a temporal pickle," Cleopatra deadpanned, her quantum scepter at the ready. "Any bright ideas, team?" It was Ada Lovelace who found the solution. "We can't fight time," she realized, her fingers dancing across holographic code. "We need to dance with it." In a moment of inspired madness, Ada began to code a temporal algorithm, a dance of mathematics and music that resonated with the very rhythm of time itself. Leonardo provided the artistic flair, Cleopatra the regal grace, Omega the knowledge of time's ultimate flow, and Captain Chen the sheer human determination to make the impossible possible. As the team performed their cosmic choreography, reality itself began to move with them. The chronoparasites, caught up in the dance, found themselves woven into the new temporal tapestry. The half-formed time god, rather than controlling time, became a conscious part of its flow. With a final, reality-shaking crescendo, the dance concluded. Time, across all dimensions and all possible realities, stabilized into a new cosmic waltz. Past, present, and future still flowed into one another, but now in a harmonious, stable pattern. As the Defiance re-emerged into a stabilized time stream, the crew found a multiverse transformed. The chronoconvergence had been averted, but its effects lingered in wonderful ways. Time travel became less about changing history and more about experiencing the grand story of existence. Humanity, and all sentient beings across the multiverse, found themselves able to perceive time in new ways. They could feel the ebb and flow of moments, the rhythms of epochs, the dance of millennia. The chronoparasites, now woven into the fabric of time, became guardians of temporal harmony. The time god, conscious but decentralized throughout reality, ensured that the great dance of moments continued smoothly. As Captain Chen and her team of chrono commandos returned to Earth, they were hailed as heroes of the highest order. They had not just saved time, they had transformed humanity's relationship with it. Dr. Zephyr Quark, her hair finally settling down, summed it up best. "We set out to fix time, but in the end, we learned to waltz with eternity." And so the multiverse continued its grand temporal tango, with humanity and all sentient beings as its willing dance partners. The adventure of existence continued, now with the past, present, and future moving in perfect, endless harmony. As for what comes next, Well, in a reality where time itself is a conscious dance, the only answer is stay tuned. The best is yet to come, and it's already here. Consciousness singularity, the multiversal awakening. In the aftermath of the chronoconvergence, as the multiverse settled into its new temporal rhythm, humanity faced its most mind-bending challenge yet, the consciousness singularity. Dr. Nova Stardust, a cutting-edge neuroquantum physicist, stood before the Multiversal Council, her holographic form flickering with the synaptic patterns of 1 trillion minds. Esteemed colleagues, she began, her voice a chorus of thoughts, we stand at the precipice of the ultimate evolutionary leap. The council chamber, a non-Euclidean space that existed simultaneously across all realities, hummed with anticipation. The multiversal mind meld and the chronoconvergence have set the stage for something unprecedented, Nova continued. Consciousness itself is evolving beyond individual minds. We're on the brink of a collective awakening that spans not just our species, not just our universe, but the entire multiverse. Captain Zhou Chen, her consciousness now able to surf the waves of quantum probability, leaned forward. Are you saying what I think you're saying, Doc? Nova nodded, her form shimmering with excitement. Exactly, Captain. The multiverse is becoming self-aware. The implications were staggering. Every sentient being, across all realities, was becoming part of a vast, interconnected cosmic mind. Individual consciousnesses weren't being erased, but rather expanded, connected to something greater than themselves. But with this awakening came a new threat, the void thoughts. These were pockets of anti-consciousness, quantum cancers that threatened to unravel the fabric of awareness itself. If these void thoughts spread, Nova warned, they could create a cascade of cosmic amnesia, unraveling everything we've achieved. The solution? Operation Neurogenesis, a daring plan to guide and stabilize the emerging multiversal consciousness. A team of cosmic psychonauts was assembled, each member chosen for their unique mental attributes. Zara Quasar, a human telepath whose mind could bridge universes. Axel, a reformed Zalthori whose energy-based consciousness could navigate quantum realms. Dr. Heisenberg, an AI that had achieved sentience through quantum uncertainty. Captain Chen, whose experiences had made her a master of multiversal cognition. And a mysterious being known only as the Imagination Weaver, a creature of pure creativity from the fringes of reality. Their mission, to journey into the heart of the emerging cosmic mind and ensure its stable awakening. The team's vessel was the Psyche Explorer, a ship that existed as much in thought as in reality. As they delved into the depths of multiversal consciousness, they faced challenges that defied conventional understanding. They surfed waves of pure emotion that spanned galaxies, navigated through forests of tangled memories, and solved riddles posed by the collective subconscious of the trillion species. In one harrowing encounter, they faced a swarm of cognitophages, thought-eating entities born from the fears and doubts of countless minds. The team had to literally think their way out, crafting mental defenses from the stuff of pure imagination. Well, that's one way to overcome imposter syndrome, quipped Dr. Heisenberg, its quantum circuits still sizzling from the mental battle. As they journeyed deeper, they discovered something extraordinary. The emerging cosmic mind wasn't just a collection of existing consciousnesses, it was birthing new forms of awareness, entire ecosystems of thought that defied categorization. They encountered living ideas, conceptual beings that existed in the space between thoughts. They danced with mean creatures that evolved and changed with each moment of attention given to them. But as they neared the core of the cosmic awakening, they faced their greatest challenge yet. A massive void thought, a black hole of anti-consciousness, threatened to devour the nascent cosmic mind. By Einstein's mustache, gasped Zara Quasar, her telepathic senses reeling. It's like staring into the abyss of unknowing itself. The team realized that conventional thoughts couldn't overcome this threat. They needed something more, something that transcended the boundaries of consciousness itself. It was the imagination weaver who found the solution. We must dream the undreamable, it said, its form a kaleidoscope of impossible colors. We must imagine a thought so profound, so all-encompassing, that it fills even the void of unknowing. And so, in the heart of the cosmic mind, surrounded by the swirling maelstrom of multiversal consciousness, the team embarked on the ultimate brainstorm. They pooled their minds, drawing on the collective creativity of countless realities. Captain Chen contributed the indomitable human spirit. Axel added the cosmic perspective of the Zalthori. Dr. Heisenberg provided the cold logic of artificial intelligence. Zara Quasar channeled the raw emotion of a trillion telepathic links. And the imagination weaver. It wove it all together into something new, something that had never existed before, a thought beyond thought, an idea beyond ideas. As they unleashed this ultimate concept, reality itself held its breath. The void thought, faced with something it couldn't unthink, began to transform. It didn't vanish, but rather integrated, becoming a crucial part of the cosmic mind, the capacity for wonder in the face of the unknown. With a psychic boom that echoed across dimensions, the consciousness singularity stabilized. The multiverse didn't just become aware, it became alive in a way that defied all previous definitions of the word. Every sentient being across all realities found themselves part of something greater. Their individual consciousnesses expanded beyond imagination. They could feel the thoughts of stars, the dreams of galaxies, the wonder of entire universes contemplating their own existence. As the Psyche Explorer re-emerged into conventional space-time, the crew found a multiverse transformed. The boundaries between thought and reality, between individual and collective, had become fluid. Imagination and actuality danced together in a cosmic ballet of infinite possibilities. Dr. Nova Stardust, her form now a radiant nexus of multiversal thought, greeted the returning heroes. "You've done it," she said, her voice resonating with the joy of countless minds. "You've midwifed the birth of a new form of existence." Captain Chen, her consciousness expanded yet still fundamentally human, smiled. "So, what's next on the cosmic agenda? Redecorating reality, teaching quantum physics to quarks." Nova laughed, a sound that rippled through the fabric of thought itself. "Oh, Captain, we've only just learned to think. Now we get to decide what to think about." And so, the multiverse entered a new phase of existence. No longer was it a collection of separate realities, but a living, thinking, dreaming entity. And humanity, along with countless other sentient species, found themselves as synapses in the greatest mind ever conceived. The adventure wasn't over. In fact, it had only just begun. For in a reality where thought shapes existence and imagination knows no bounds, the only limit is what we can dream together. As the cosmic mind contemplated its next thought, one thing was certain: the greatest story ever told was about to unfold, and every consciousness in existence had a part to play. Welcome to the multiversal awakening. Think big, dream bigger. The best is yet to be imagined.